Hey YouTube, Joey Green 1990 here for my review and reaction to One Piece chapter 1080, literally called Kuzan, 10th captain of the Blackbeard Pirates. Straight off the bat, we know we're getting Kuzan and we know we're getting some information about Blackbeard Pirates. Literally, we see Luffy with a koi fish as essentially the cat costume, and we see Black Clover, My Hero Academia. We see a wide variety of other mangas. Cover essentially, the official cover essentially is the crew, straw hats, all kind of sleeping and kind of have sleep bubbles. We see literally right where it was picked off for essentially Garp doing a fist. It's gonna crush us. Slight ordination. Essentially, we see the ship right behind him. Ah, Garp, that bastard. I'll never forgive you, Wolf. Also, listen up, you snot-nosed pirates. If you so much as blink, you'll end up in a world of pain. Whoa, we're let down. Talk about frustrating. I really lost my touch as he's still emanating Conqueror's hockey. You gotta be kidding me. That wasn't even destruction enough for real, man. Vice Admiral Garp. Ah, Kobe, you don't look shabby. Damn you, Kobe. I'm so glad you weren't murdered. Garp Shannon is a naughty boy running wild like that. Can't believe you just called Kobe the future means. I just can't let him get ahead. Say everyone behind their backs, but you can't deny their bond is wholesome and cute. Kobe, Captain Kobe, Kobe-kun. Is that you, Tashigi? Well, even non-sword members came. Vice Admiral Kobe-senpai. Ain't safe yet. If he keeps running with that shackle on, he'll wind up dead. And then literally we see her frozen by Kuzan. Please help. Hibari-san! Hibari. Kuzan! Kuzan-san! What are you doing? Please hurry and free Hibari. Yeah, it's Koji! Akaji, show him Kuza-chan! Let's hear it for Captain Kuzan! It'd be bad look if Kobe escapes. We do essentially a flashback. 2 years ago, Aikanu and Akaji had a fear steal the fleet admiral position roughly a year after. Wow, what the heck happened? Ah, forget that. It's Blackbeard. Let's get the heck out of here. Search on the New World. Yeah, there's no point asking who did it. There's only one person on the stinking planet capable of this. There you are, Kaji. Why'd you have to go freeze all my buddies alive there? You better undo it. Man, you're loud. To think I think twice about using your quick break power since your shadow those buddy is yours. You know how your men are. You're their captain, right? You actually think I'm the one who picked this fight? Besides, you must have heard what happened. I'm pretty heartbroken right now. Blame? Guess who's to blame for my foul mood? Zah ha ha ha! You're one crazy son of beep, ice pop. Ha ha ha! Look who's talking. Wish we had more booze here. So what did I prick say after that? To think we came up together and now we gotta kill each other. Makes my blood boil when I said, that'll be the magma. Ah, 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 ah. As you can see, I'm down a leg thanks to him. I have to use my ice to replace. We've seen this before essentially with other members who essentially have to use their powers to replace their body parts. Yeah, aha, you Admiral sure don't fool around. What about I can't hear you. Did you tear off an arm? Nah, but I'm sure he's banged up all over. He he he. Speaking of injuries, Commodore, do you reckon this guy has info on the man marked by flames? Here again, we hear the man marked by flames. And I think he's pretty positive he knows it's Saul. There are four super valuable pony lists out there. Kaido, Big Mom, apparently have one each. That means two of them are up for grabs, but there's no knowing where they are. We heard the man marked by flames has one. I do. Not you. You only got that scar recently. Gig, glug, 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 glug. Ho ho, it is said the man can be found on a pitch black ship. If anyone sails near, they end up swallowed by giant whirlpools. Maybe we'll have a devil fruit. That is interesting to me. If it is Saul, I'd be interested to see if he has a devil fruit. But he's with the government. We all know they're hardly angels. Wouldn't be surprised if they got a stone or two themselves. It'd be a super far way of preventing any pirate from ever claiming the One Piece. Ponyless hold nothing but bitter memories for me. I don't remember seeing any giant garish redstone O'Hara. What I do remember is a dear friend taking a stand against the government, and the transmitted eyes of the little girl that forced me to take my fate in my hands. What's with the stop story? Commodore, what do you want to do? His power could be quite useful. Should we steal it? And literally we see him like, what do you want to do? I can hear you, asshole. I'll send you all back to us. Wait! Ha ha, I heard you were honey devil fruits. Bring it on. Hang on, Kuzans. I was just being an idiot. I wasn't planning on doing that. In fact, how would you like to join our crew? Captain, are you nuts? Basically out of a job, right? Got any other prospects? The Guardians dumped justice dumped you, so what's next? You know I live by a different definition of justice. Don't be a moron. You can't think a couple drinks enough to win. Got pirates all wrong. Hey, hey. We ain't just a merry band of chumps bumming around together. We all profit from having our own agendas. That's what makes us pirates. You're free now. What do you want to do? I still think Kuzan has an agenda. I don't think he's purely a Blackbeard pirate. You better unfreeze Sabari. Let us take Kobe and get your ass back in uniform. Kuzan, you're as direct as ever. Garp, son, I've always loved that about you. And that's why I'm not going to do any of those things. I decided to live on my own terms. Ice Ball, Vice Admiral. Your number one protege versus your new favorite. Can you kill one to save the other? You can't stop me like that, you dum-dum. I thought I taught you to live in the now. And literally we see him break it, and we see another cocky attack. It's not working. Crack. Listen up, Kuzan. Only weaklings lose their ways. Blue hole. And literally hits him with a hockey fused punch. Switching to, so 3 parts in this chapter, which is not really bad, which is really good in my opinion. Literally we have Garp showing up, kind of Kuzan there, the flashback, switching back to real time. So that's still 2 parts, but you want to argue it could be 3 because you're going back. But I would say 2 main parts. And then we see the law and Blackbeard. So I would say 3 parts officially. Unofficially, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Because with the back and forth. So switching to New World, Winter Island. Zehaha, without a ship. You can't even call yourselves pirates anymore, let alone escape. The owners of the 100 hearts you stole at Rocky Port are still living on Pirate Island. I bet they'll be thrilled if I bring you a heart. We'll have a toast. Kind of suspected that, but I like that he essentially answered the question of, hey, the hearts that he has were from pirates on Hachinosu. You really made these. Can't guarantee to work. So essentially we see Beppo kind of things. I'm going back to essentially Polar Tang. It's like Polar Tang Heart Pirate Submarine is currently sinking to the ocean floor, torn to pieces. Now, what should we do with the opal fruit? Sell it or use it? Don't suppose you'd finally make me immortal. Fancy making me immortal. Keep your paws off the captain. Beppo looks a beast. I love this. Beppo looks badass. Huh? Did he go so long? Yeah. No way, there's no moon. Ah, and then we see him dive for the water. Winter New World. Crap, they're escaping by sea. And this day, the Heart Pirates can't have crew. Can't go back, but trust in Captain. From the freezing ports of the north till now, whoever survives, none of us will let end here. So essentially, we see the rest of the crew swim off. We've overcome so much together. Don't you dare, Captain. Please don't. Led by Trafalgar Law, we're soundly defeated. So I want to compare this to when Shanks defeated essentially the Kid Pirates. Because I don't think this is as bad as Kid. I still think Kid could be alive. Originally, I was respectfully hoping he wasn't, but with this. So jumping to essentially 1079, we have the Kid Pirate crew, led by Eustace Captain Kidd, a man worth 3 billion, was completely eradicated. So his crew is eradicated versus soundly defeated. So jumping right into review. There's 3 parts to this. The big one essentially is beginning. We're right where we left off from 1080, essentially where Garp is on Beehive, still attacking with his crew incoming. We see Kuzan show up essentially and start freezing people. We do a flashback at a bar, essentially, where Kuzan and Blackbeard officially met. I already met before, but had like a little drink, kind of hash things out. We go back to essentially, out of flashback to essentially Garp and Kuzan picking up right where they left off. And then literally we jump to Winter Island, essentially where the Law Pirates were defeated. The Hard Pirates are defeated. So not bad. You know I'm a stickler for it. Pacing. This was really good. One flashback, back to the one. Boom. So realistically, 3 parts. Really good. Character. Jumping right in. Kuzan. Blackbeard. Garp. Kobe a little. Law or Beppo. Law is good, but Beppo. So let's do it. Garp for me, the fact that he did Honkers Hockey, showed up. He got frozen by Kuzan, undid it because of his hockey, and did another move. Blue hole. Beautiful. And he's essentially having to fight essentially his previous protege to save his current. Kuzan being able to literally freeze the giant essentially and sort of told him like, hey, kind of pick the fight with me, I'm not worried. Get the bar scene. Still staying true to his ideals, but being willing to work with Blackbeard. And he didn't give up Saul. I think he knows for a fact the man marked by flames is Saul, but he genuinely chose not to give up. So he still believes in his friends. So I don't believe his fight with Garp is going to end in complete decimation. Blackbeard even said earlier, I still can't completely trust Kuzan. With Kuzan, the fact that I don't think he has conquerors, I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. A lot of things like Ainu does, which I think by this series, if he doesn't have it, he definitely will. But Kuzan having it, we haven't seen it here. That doesn't mean he doesn't have it. But if he does, I think he might be saving it in reserve. So that to me are the three big things that stand out to me with Kuzan. He's not betraying his friends. He's willing to work with Blackbeard. And he's not willing to let Kobe go. And then essentially he's sticking true to his deals and he's still fighting Garp. So to me, there's 4 things for his character. Blackbeard. Blackbeard essentially not listening to his crew and wanting to just take Kuzan's devil from me. Like, I know you're the enemy, but we can still benefit from each other. So Blackbeard being willing to work with others, even if he knows they could betray him at any moment. To me, it shows him more that he's so confident in his own strength. And then jumping to the end, Blackbeard wiping out the heart and again, and laying down his guard. I think Blackbeard is a character who has the upper hand continually, but he doesn't pay attention and lets little things happen. I mean, you think back to essentially the island Amazon Lily. I think even with Rayleigh showing up, he still could have taken, Hancock and others, but he chose not to. He's backing off. I think he's too cautious, but also that he's not pushing his complete home advantage and he doesn't follow through, it feels like, all the time. I think he's going to. I think these minor losses are going to push him to be, you know what, I don't care, I'm going for it. So, minor L for Blackbeard, but I still think he gets that because he wiped out, or he defeated the Heart Pirates. Kobe gets a little character for me for the fact that so many people were there willing for him, and also the fact that people realize he still is essentially the next generation of the Marines. The Heart Pirates, specifically Law, to me, gets a little just the fact that they escaped. They were soundly defeated, but they weren't eradicated. Beppo gets a W. You could argue Chopper does too, but that'll be more for story. So Beppo gets the W, literally the fact he's able to go so long and he's able to literally catch Blackbeard off guard and get away. I'm assuming a numerous number of lost friends either died or were severely injured. Assuming Beppo, Sachi, Penguin, the main three made it. To me, what I think this will do is I think this will propel a lost crew to get stronger. So, story-wise, the fact that Kuzan is officially the 10th Titan commander solidifies his position as an enemy of the world government. So I think there are going to be Marines that will genuinely come after him. Still don't think he's fully betrayed them. The fact that people in Blackbeard's crew want to take his troop, but they don't. More for the story that I think will come back later on. The fact that they are mentioned again, assuming is Saul, the man marked with flames. He joins, officially becomes captain. Then we see Garp is not able to be frozen by his devil fruit. So we see, of course, essentially, devil fruits are important, but if you have a strong enough hockey, especially with Garp who has honkers. We see story going forward. Blackbeard defeats the Heart Pirates. Doesn't kill, doesn't eradicate. He defeats them. So I don't think they are done. I think they're going to come back with a passion. Law is not out of this story. I like Law. Good character, wonderful backstory. Beppo gets the W for story for me. Actually, not too, but it's the fact that he leaves. Thanks to Chopper, who invents a pill where Sulong will not need essentially the moon, assuming it's like his monster point, where there's a time limit, which I think works perfectly. So there's going to be a time limit for how long he can go. Boom. Love it. I thought this was a five out of 5 for pacing, 5 out of 5 for character, 5 out of 5 for story. I'd rarely give 15 out of 15, but this was beautiful, wonderful, awesome, solid chapter. This has been Jolly Green 1990's review of chapter 1081 of One Piece by YouTube.